So the initial, the wave of VC, I think you mentioned Sequoia was one of the first to arrive. So from where do these, when a VC fund starts, so where do these people raise their money from?
See, especially the Western, VC funds, that funding ecosystem is a lot more mature, and you're able to raise it from different sources of pools of capital, right? I think the largest pool of capital are the pension funds in the US, and insurance funds or insurance companies. Then you have large family offices, you have asset management companies. So it's a very diverse pool of capital in the US. But when it comes to India, there are two type of funds in India. One is homegrown funds, which raises money from domestic capital sources, and the funds which are Silicon Valley offshoots, like Sequoia, Axel, Lightspeed, Matrix, and all of them. So they raise money purely from outside India. But the Indian capital, they mostly raise from high net worth individuals. It's only recently that or probably the last 5-6 years that the Indian government instituted this 10,000 crore fund for investing in startups. And
how much is 10,000 crores
in dollars? It depends on the interest rate. Sorry, the currency rate. But when they launched it, it was India. It was around, I think, close to 2 billion when they launched it. But today it's like it's like 1.2, 1.3 billion. But they've been investing from 2016 or 17, if I'm right. And from that time they've been investing. I think you can say roughly should be around $1.5 billion from the Indian government, right? And that's been given to quasi sector or quasi institutions like SIDBI to manage. And what SIDBI does is rather than investing directly in startups, so they invest through VC funds. So they have been very, very instrumental in developing the VC ecosystem for domestic capital.
So the LPs are answerable to SIDBI per se. I mean, they are not answerable, but
SIDBI is an LP.
SIDBI is an LP.
Okay. So SIDBI, as part of the 10,000 crore program, which is allocated from the Indian budget, so SIDBI manages that, and they choose which VC funds to invest in, and they invest, right? So they've been they were actually very professional, and they've run it in a very systematic manner. So so I've met them quite a few times. So always good process. We always tend to feel these are government agencies. There might be a lot of bureaucracy and all that, but SIDBI in that way has managed it really well.
So is it